Welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker. Now, we have been betrayed, I guess. Or maybe not betrayed, but at least we discovered something about the defaced sisters, that they were actually Fae. And our next target is the gates to the Valley of the Dead. Now I just want to see if we have to walk around or if we can just cross over here. So I need to check my map here real quickly. That is the Precipice Trail. And if this is to be believed, we can indeed just go this way instead. Which would be far more efficient, of course. I think the road downwards leads to the Precipice Trail, so we can just move on this way. And let's try to avoid those. Little Selene source, how cute. Again, I have to check the map. Okay, so we could just go south from here. Find the Shivering Glade. Let's try to avoid again. And evade. And then the next stop should be the gates to the Valley of the Dead. And what is this then? Didn't expect to find edible moss here.
Forwards.
Campfire? Appears to have been put out, though.
Without a doubt.
Oh, the Raven, of course.
I've got a message for you.
Yes?
It's time to pull off the masks and answer for your deeds. My master has seen enough, so he summons you. Come, kneel before this land's true ruler. Embrace suffering, embrace pain. Surrender your spirit to Vordakai, the chosen of the 4 horsemen, and the keeper of the Oculus of Abaddon.
No, I don't think so. Maegor Varn was the ruler of these lands. Your master stole something that didn't belong to him.
Maegor Varn and his minions were impostors without rights and honor. Soon, the Empire of Vordakai will rise from its 1,000-year sleep and reclaim its lands. One such as you will serve this future in life or in death.
Quite a pleasant voice on this voice actor. Your master is responsible for what happened in Varnhold?
Yes, and it was well-deserved punishment. One who dwelled in that town stole what was not his to possess. He trespassed in the Master's sanctuary, defiled it, and brought what he stole to the place you call Varnhold. By doing so, he incurred the wrath of my master.
What happened to Varnhold? Where did everyone go?
My master's knowledge and power are great. The Oculus of Abaddon has granted him even greater power. It was the Oculus that brought about his revenge over the impious ones.
And what do you mean by seen enough?
I'm the eyes and the ears of my master. Everything I see or hear, he sees and hears as well. All we speak of, all your deeds, nothing escapes my master.
The chosen of who again?
The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. The rulers of Abaddon, archdemons, harbingers of death and destruction. The greatest, the horseman of death, Charon, deemed Vordakai worthy and granted him a gift. The Oculus of Abaddon.
Well, I don't think that it's any risk of us going to be in league with these people, so... But anyways, I'm not afraid of your master. Tell me where I can find him.
Go to the Valley of the Dead. Pass the gates and face the challenges that await. If you survive, my master will meet you in his sanctuary.
What waits in the Valley of the Dead?
The gates bar the entrance to the Valley of the Dead. Only the one who has the key or sacred knowledge can pass.
That would be me.
Once my master barred the valley from the outer world and the lesser races such as yours. Thus my master could focus upon his research and rule the empire without the pathetic rebellions and petty wars of your kind. You have a choice. Find 3 incense burners hidden in the tombs of traitors who imprisoned my master in his sanctuary, or conjure darkness, which is able to open the way to the Valley of the Dead. This way or another, you will be able to pass the gates, and my master will seal your fate.
I will come.
I have no doubts about that. I'll meet you in the sanctuary.
Probably not as a raven. Now what?
Wait. We need to talk.
Christian, what are you doing here?
Forgive me, Baron. I hope that when I explain, you'll accept my apology. I couldn't let you go alone.
What is the matter?
The Valley of the Dead the Raven spoke of. I know it. An ancient evil is buried there, from empires since turned to dust. Being cautious is not enough. If you go there, you must tread quietly, or you shall awaken dark things indeed. A tomb lies in the heart of the valley. That is where the evil sleeps. I know I cannot sway you from going, but if you must go, please let me help you. My faith may help, when spells and steel may not.
I think we will be happy with Harem here. No, Christian, return to the capital.
As you wish, but trust me, you're making a huge mistake.
Let's hope I'm not. And here we are at the Valley of the Dead. Okay, this place doesn't look that big yet. Yellowed ancient bones lie scattered among the sparse grass and shale.
I did it, but to what avail?
There are tracks in the dirt. Numerous people on foot passed through the gate into the valley and beyond not too long ago. Quite a random place to find some food. Anything else of interest out here? Somehow I do suspect it was a mistake not to bring Tristian, but... he's looking at us. A towering gate blocks your path. The pillars flanking the gate are carved from the mountain itself, and both the gate and pillar rise so high that they are obscured by the mists above. The gate is sealed, but you see no lock, not even a handle. Study the gate. The gates are covered with ancient inscriptions and disturbing depictions of worship and sacrifice. All I can see is pattern. But the inscriptions are far above eye level. Okay. So much so you have to take a few steps back to see them. In the center, where the two gates meet, there is a circular protrusion. Set into it are 3 black hooks. Try to translate the inscriptions on the gate. The ancient inscriptions have fallen victim to time and weather. Try as you might, you cannot decipher them.
What is writ no more, for wind and time have taken their toll. Yet you would need mastery of languages greater and older than yours to read what's there, and a far greater mind than yours to comprehend it.
Well, thank you for the vote of confidence. Attempt to decipher the images on the gate. Succeeded. Depicted on the gates are 3 cyclopes, each great giants clad in ceremonial garb. They stand before an image of the gate which is open. Each cyclops is holding aloft a lantern that looks to be a cyclops' skull. Study the hooks set into the protrusion. The gate seems built for giants and their kin, but yet 3 small hooks are set in a circular protrusion in the gate, 5 feet off the ground. If this gate was meant for giants, it is odd they set the hooks so low. Peering closer, you see the hooks bear traces of soot and ash. Examine the circular protrusion. Your initial idea that some ancient lock lay in the center of the gate proves wrong. The gate is sealed, a solid wall with neither lock nor latch nor keyhole. Perhaps the gate was not meant to be opened. It was meant to seal something inside. Step back from the gate. Let's light the 3 incense burners from the tombs and hang them on the hooks on the center of the gate.
The Cyclops believed that the soul leaves the body through the eye socket. The incense smoke is supposed to symbolize the souls departing to the afterlife.
That's an astute observation, Jubilost. Clouds of smoke billow from the lit incense burners, streaming out through the Cyclops' eye sockets. You quickly realize the smoke isn't rising. It is encircling you, engulfing you, until all around you is darkness. And the Raven said something about us having passed the test, but I didn't get the entire dialogue. Very interesting.
Our path leads on.
Scrap of script covered leather. Doesn't appear to be anything else there. Alright. That I did not expect. You have to go to Vordakai's tomb. But this is not the right way, is it? Check the map again. As a matter of fact, it is. Good thing we got that mountain walking ability.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
The Raven again? I think it was easier to get in there.
Stand with me.
Thank you. Unleash world.
Applause, please.
The list of clans and families has seen better days. Someone cracked the tablet and scraped off carved names. You know there's a word written over the neat lines. It reads, traitor.
Anything else?
The Master of Death will call out those who are buried under his feet. Those who rejected Vordakai will become servants to him. Great Vordakai will unite sworn enemies with a common afterlife goal, implementing his will. Sounds ominous.
Resting would be nice.
Let's rest
Don't you
here.
think?
I think we can use rations on this one.
Hey, who touched my Monstrum Compendium Universalis with greasy fingers?
Well, me. Was I not supposed to? The pictures are funny. And I wiped my hands on a hide first. I did!
Onwards we go. Vordakai's tomb. So this place is probably huge. This dead man's face is frozen in terror. This corpse lies in unnatural position, his back arched, his fingers clutching his throat.
Well, it is done.
A subtle sickening smell is rising from the holes in the floor. The raven's gleeful caws echo off the walls. You came, Aasimar. Past the ancient gate, through the Valley of the Dead, you've struck down all who stood in your path. Despite the danger awaiting you, you still came. My master knew you would be a worthy servant. One more step, Aasimar. The sanctuary of my master lies beyond. Accept your fate without fear, and Vordakai will be merciful. But remember, once you open the door before you, there is no turning back. I'm ready to meet your master. Go forth, Aasimar. May your death be intertwined with the ecstasy of suffering never-ending. Pleasant fellow.
Without a doubt.
Oh, sorry. Was lost in thought.
I want protection from evil. Big surprise there. Cloud kill, that was also not a big surprise.
I'm leaving you out of our story.
Let's grab these items. Also get the heck out of this cloud.
Look ahead.
Applause, please.
11 seconds left.
My search was not in vain.
No, it wasn't. You're doing a good job, Harim.
Applause, please.
I expect there's
What's
plenty
that?
of traps here.
Anything else?
Oh, I don't like surprises.
I think you did,
Applause, please.
considering that these surprises would involve death.
Finish them quick. Clever ploy.
Can't fault them for trying, at least.
Without a doubt.
Poisonous Hydra.
Can you make an epic pose? I need inspiration.
Let's grab the Hydra eyes. Bones and fish scales are scattered across the floor. Underwater stairs. Okay. Bad. Okay. Black and white geometric patterns adorn this ceramic vase. This amphora is decorated with paintings of white lotuses. This jar depicts cyclopes engaged in a competition, running from a race from the looks of it. And the surface of this pot depicts a cyclops studying a pile of books and a manuscript.
I will guide us.
I'm impressed. You still breathe.
I was hoping you'd remain outside. Must I kill you to keep you from hounding me?
Don't count on that. Don't count on that. I want to take a closer look on those who followed you to the sanctuary of my master. Let's start with the person closest to you. Which of your band has the honor of being your dearest friend?
I have no time for your taunts and riddles, Crow.
Ekundayo. I never deny my enemies the right to know my name.
That is not wise when we're dealing with...
I'll remember your name.
Our path leads on.
things from hell.
Now was the beginning of the hunt.
You see that?
Your life ebbs low.
We shall overcome.
Do you have...
What's that?
What a waste.
Applause, please.
At least we are
Anything else?
disarming the traps rather easily.
Applause, please.
Forwards.
Grotus awaits us.
Good. There are several barely visible hatches on the ceiling.
This task is beyond me.
On this bas-relief, a cyclops clad in ceremonial robes raises a luminous sphere aloft. At his feet crawl numerous people who kneel or prostrate themselves before him. Uh-huh. I suspect this entire room is a big trap. After trekking through the gloomy dungeon, we finally arrived at a heavy stone door, decorated with lots of fancy carvings. As soon as we touched it, though, we heard a click from within the wall, followed by a suspicious noise above our head. A heartbeat later, before we even had a chance to guess what was happening, some rusty hatches opened above our heads and murky water from the river began flooding the room. The room filled rapidly, threatening to trap us in a watery grave. Along with the water, sand and mud from the riverbed poured in, as well as some of the underwater plants and some scared fish that weren't fast enough to escape. It can be hard to keep your cool in a situation like this, but while some of us were praying to their gods or complaining about not having the time to finish Golarian's next great novel, the others tried to open the door. Succeeded. The ancient artifacts of this place clearly weren't expecting their ancestors to just try prying the door open while standing knee-deep in murky water, but our heroes did just that, and succeeded. With the door open, our group rushed out of the room, closing the door tightly behind them to cut off the water. After several minutes, the noise behind the door stopped. Maybe the prehistoric pipes got clogged with mud, or maybe the trap just shut itself off. Either way, we waited for the water to drain out through the cracks in the floor before looking back into the gloomy room that almost spelled our doom. That's where we found the remains of someone who hadn't been as lucky as we had. As the water had sucked in mud and fish from the river, it also pulled in the twisted skeleton of some drowned adventurer, still clad in tattered traveler's clothes. The poor soul didn't have anything in their pockets to hint at who they might have been or where they came from, but we did find a pouch of coins. After one more look at that scary place, our group carefully moved on, advancing further into the depths of the sepulchre.
We'll do it the hard way. Ha! Primitives. Will they ever learn? Fine use of my talents.
Indeed. I think that was it.
Strike as one.
Amateurs!
Serves you right.
We have to listen to the raven again.
My search was not in vain.
Okay. A treasure room. This bas-relief depicts a cataclysm, cracking earth, crumbling houses, and the dead and dying, their hands desperately reaching towards the sky.
Applause, please.
Tower shield +2. And the Forsaken Edge. +2 unholy stock. We have a lot of items.
Without a doubt.
This stone altar is covered with dried black blood and soot. Let's sprinkle this with blood. Trap uses ability altar. Okay.
We march ahead.
Brace yourself. The throne room is near. Are you ready to meet great Vordakai? Are you ready to accept the gift of serving my master?
Yes, I'll put an end to this nightmare very soon.
My master awaits. But before you enter his presence, Vordakai has no use for the weak, nor any who beg for mercy. But he sees value in using such souls as heralds for his coming. The question is, who is weakest among you? Who should be sent away, disregarded? Pick the weakest among you to fly from here in fear and serve Vordakai in their flight. The great Vordakai will let them keep their lives, but makes no promises after this.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
If the death of the Baron is near, my, Arim's duty is to follow him down the same path. That honor is mine, rightfully earned.
Well spoken, Arim. The raven makes no response. It peers at you for a moment, then caws loudly and takes flight into the darkness. Sprinkle this one as blood as well. I suspected as much. Oh, then again, that wouldn't be an option.
Anything else?
If it wasn't. Okay, so you need...
I'm still here.
I think a lesser restoration should be enough. Indeed it is. Okay, let's move in there then.
Applause, please.
Look!
Plenty of traps.
Applause, please. Anything else? Applause, please. Applause, please.
I wonder if I can make them stop saying things like that. Well, companion remarks. Let's set them to frequently instead and see if that changes anything.
Anything else?
You guide us.
Look ahead. Stop.
I
Look.
don't like surprises.
There's plenty of them, yes. Wow.
Applause, please. Applause, please.
If I turn that to never... that turns it off. That probably also turns off any of the other random comments as well. Yeah, now Arim doesn't say, or Harim doesn't say anything about, I don't like surprises and all that. But at least it's useful to know that the option is there for when we encounter rooms like this. Okay, so we probably have to go down this way. Wand of Vampiric Touch. This bas-relief depicts Cyclopes performing bloody rituals. Okay. Let's save here. Greater Dread Zombie Cyclops. Guess we could just cast a fireball in there. That's a cone spell, so that doesn't help very much. That could help though. Okay, lots of loot again. We are nearing the point where we will be heavily encumbered. What is that? Expect these things would shoot stuff out. I expected there to be another one indeed. Is that the final one? Knowledge Arcana. On this bas-relief, a soul horseman surrounded by kneeling people raises a ball of light in his hand, triumphant. On the edge of the bas-relief, there is a line of indecipherable ancient runes. And this bas-relief depicts 4 horsemen wreathed in darkness, and we failed the check, so... The Hand of Damnation. That Death Reservoir, that looks like something Jathal would be very happy to get. Well... It's keen as well. Okay, so what's behind this door then? Okay, I'm gonna save scum here. Failed. Reload. Try again. Cast. The eye in the center of this bas-relief seems to be staring at you. It has no pupil. Instead, there is a slight indentation, an honoring place for a magical artifact. Interesting. Images of disasters and cataclysms cover the walls. Here and there, among seas of demons tearing apart their victims, you can see the terrifying shadows of 4 horsemen overseeing the chaos. Well, we can't do anything until we get the artifact that is supposed to be put in that slot. Soul Eaters. I don't think that works on undead. This one does, though. Frankly, I can't cast any of those on them. You can cast haste. Okay. How much damage are we talking about? Extensive damage. Let's use those rations. Good. Hopefully all of them have been healed. Yes, good. That should suffice. I actually think we should end the episode here and get the end boss in the next one, perhaps. There appears to be other parts of the dungeon that we haven't explored as well. So that is exactly what we'll do. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you all in the next one.